Okay, let's dive in. We're looking today at a common online shopping issue.
Hmm.
That site that looks amazing sells gorgeous stuff for prices that seem, well, unbelievable.
Yeah, and our focus today is HudsonHandcrafted.com. They've got boots, dress shoes, sneakers, all leather, supposedly handcrafted.
Yeah.
Stuff that looks like it should cost, 300, maybe 400 bucks.
Right. And our job here is to kind of peel back the layers on that shiny website. We need to figure out if these deals, sometimes like under $90, are actually real or if it's potentially just a setup.
Exactly. Is it a find or are you going to get caught out?
So that massive discount, like you said, $400 down to $90, that's the hook, obviously. But it's also the very first thing that, well, it makes you want to dig a bit deeper, right? Especially into how open they are about themselves.
It really does. Our sources point out that legit businesses, established ones anyway, they're usually pretty upfront about who they are. They give you a physical address, company background, something verifiable.
Yeah, they want you to trust their story, their craft.
Precisely. Even smaller startups, maybe without a big fancy store, they'll still have like business registration details you can check. But Hudson Handcrafted.
What did the sources find there?
Well, this is where it gets tricky. They talk about heritage, about craftsmanship in the name, but finding actual company details, almost impossible. There's this real lack of transparency.
But hold on, couldn't that just be privacy? Like maybe they're small, direct to consumer, and they just use masked domain registration so they don't get spammed. Is that plausible?
It's a fair point, yeah.
Yeah.
People do use WHOI as privacy.
Mm.
But here's the thing our sources uncovered. It wasn't just masked registration. There were zero other verifiable details. Nothing.
Okay.
When a site is pushing this heritage angle, selling seemingly high-end goods, but then actively hides who registered it and where they operate from, it stops feeling like privacy. It feels more like they're deliberately making it hard to check them out.
Okay. So that's red flag number one, the lack of basic transparency.
Definitely. Big red flag.
So if we can't verify who they are, what about red flag number two? Customer feedback. What are actual buyers saying? Do the products match those beautiful pictures online?
Right. You'd expect to find reviews somewhere else, not just on their own site. Independent feedback.
And what did the analysis show? Lots of happy customers posting photos of their new $90 boots.
Well, that's the other problem. There's very little evidence of real customers confirming they got what was advertised. Almost no independent reviews popping up.
Not good.
And it gets worse.
Yeah.
Our sources didn't just look for reviews, they looked at the images themselves. They ran reverse image searches on those product photos.
Oh!
Turns out, some of those stunning shoe pictures, they're stock photos. Or they've appeared on multiple other sketchy-looking shoe websites, all pushing similar crazy discounts.
Yeah. So, okay. They're not just missing good reviews from actual buyers. They might be using pictures that aren't even theirs, photos that show up on other questionable sites.
Exactly. It's a really bad combination. Deceptive visuals coupled with a near-total absence of verifiable customer proof.
That paints a pretty clear picture, unfortunately.
It does. If you put it all together,
Yeah.
the professional site design, the tempting prices, but then add the masked ownership, no real business info, dodgy photos, and no independent feedback. The risk level just shoots way up.
So we move from maybe be careful to...
This looks seriously high risk. It's built on hiding things, basically.
So bottom line for someone tempted by those prices.
The sources are pretty blunt. If you're thinking about buying, proceed with extreme caution. It's not just about getting a cheap knockoff instead of that $400 boot.
Right, that could be other risks.
Yeah, often these kinds of sites use payment processors that might not offer strong fraud protection, and the site itself might just, disappear after taking orders.
So the key takeaway here really is, don't just trust the slick photos and the big discount claims. You absolutely have to check for transparency. Look for the proof behind the promises.
Precisely. Trust the paper trail, not just the pretty picture.
Which brings us to a final thought for you listening. When a brand shouts about heritage and handcrafted quality, but whispers or stays silent about who they actually are and where they operate.
Especially when offering a massive 75% or more discount. What basic, crucial piece of information are they hoping you'll overlook because you're focused on the deal?
Yeah, what's that one simple thing, like maybe their official business registration, that you should always try to verify before you click buy on a deal that seems too good to be true? That quick search, that's the real deep dive you need to do.